Hi there, I'm Eshaan reporting for Kids First, and I'm super hyped for today's interview. I'm speaking with Mr. Jesse Metcalfe, who plays Cory in the film On a Wing and a Prayer. Cory is a Connecticut pilot who provides flying instructions over the phone and directs the main character, Doug White, to a safe landing. Mr. Metcalfe is known for his portrayal of John Rowland on Desperate Housewives and has also had notable roles in Passions and played the title role in John Tucker Must Die. Thank you so much, Mr. Metcalfe, for taking the time to speak to me today, and welcome to Kids First. Well, hi, Jesse. How are you?
I'm really well, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so let's just jump right in. First of all, I loved your performance. It was actually my favorite character in the whole film. Cory
You.
really he stole the show. So what was the most challenging part of acting as Cory? And it's a pretty interesting role.
It's a great role. Thank you so much for acknowledging that. I think the most challenging part was memorizing all of the aviation vernacular and researching aviation a bit so I understood what I was actually saying. I thought that was important to have that level of knowledge to portray the character accurately. But I loved this role because I thought that the way Kerry Sorensen was written, he had a very complete emotional arc. And as actors, we look for a way into a character, and there was a lot there with Kerry for me to sink my teeth into.
And how close to the actual, I mean, this is a true story. So how close to Carrie was Cory for you?
How close to? Excuse me, can
How
you
close
repeat?
to the real world, real life character was your on-screen character?
I think he was written incredibly well. I mean, unfortunately, I look nothing like Kerry Sorensen, but I tried to, bring the actual man's essence to my performance, and I gleaned that from various interviews that he did after the incident, and there were some on video interviews as well. And I picked up a bit of a sarcasm in his personality. He was kind of a sardonic, no nonsense kind of guy. And he was certainly a man from a bygone era. I mean, during the time when Carrie grew up, men were supposed to be the strong silent type, so they didn't necessarily express their emotions. So I liked how, due to Carrie's true to life tragedy that he lost both his father and his stepfather in plane crashes, the character was written like he had a lot of repressed trauma that he hadn't dealt with yet, and that's actor gold. You know what I mean? I mean that's a way into the emotional world of the character. So I really felt like, I could start one place with the character and end up in a different place, and through helping Doug White save himself and his family, uh, Carrie heals his past trauma. It's a cathartic experience for him. And I think that's what's great about storytelling and making movies is that that watching a movie can also be a cathartic experience, and I feel like that's what this movie is. It's a really uplifting, inspiring story about faith, and in my character's case, redemption.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely redemption is a big is a big theme there, and I mean the character is so layered as you were saying that it's such a great way for you to also kind of, I guess, test your acting chops out. So it was amazing.
Thank you.
So the world of Hollywood, at least from what I've spoken to other actors, is a pretty stressful place sometimes. And Cory in the film is kind of the guy who helps Doug navigate through this incredible stress of kind of the responsibility of getting his family to safety. So, how did your experience as a Hollywood actor in this kind of stressful showbiz also impact the way that you played Cory?
Well, that's a very poignant question. Oftentimes I'll draw from positive or negative experiences that I've had in regard to the entertainment industry for some of my performances. Um, so in that way, I think it maybe informed this performance, but I also draw from personal experiences, family issues and tragedies and stuff like that. I haven't been in Carrie's exact circumstances, but I have, dealt with not wanting to face loss or trauma from my past, so I could identify with him in that way.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, definitely there's some element of the film that I think touches everyone, whether it's that we all kind of recognize that there's been a situation in our lives where we've, been in danger of losing a loved one or, had a lot of responsibility on our shoulders, no matter how young or old the viewer. So that definitely resonates with the folks who are watching the film.
Definitely.
And Dennis Quaid plays Doug White in the film, and Dennis Quaid, he's a legend. He's a super experienced actor. What was your experience like working with him? Maybe what was something that you learned from him on set?
Well, Dennis Quaid certainly is a legend, and I grew up enjoying his performances and his films. But unfortunately, I never acted directly with Dennis. We were just we never shared the same set, and we were on completely different schedules on this film. He's a busy man, but I hope to meet him during the course of promoting this movie. However, I did have the opportunity to meet Heather. She's great.
Yeah,
And I think they both give incredible performances in this movie.
certainly. I mean, the entire cast was amazing. And speaking of the rest of the cast, there were also some child actors. I'm realizing that maybe because they were on different sets, you might not have had the chance to interact with them. But a tangential question from that, I guess, is what do you hope that kids take from the film? What do you hope that they kind of leave the film with?
Well, I think if we're speaking about kids in particular, I would say that it's important to be close to and communicate with your family. Don't keep your emotions bottled up, and trust in the people who love and care for you the most.
Thank you so much, Mr. Metcalfe, for speaking to me today. On a Wing and a Prayer releases on Prime Video on April 7th, 2023, so definitely go and check it out. I'm Eshaan reporting for Kids First, signing off. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you can stay updated on our videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, bye and see you at the movies.